We need to talk about how some people fall for scams.
Unfortunately, it's the day and the time that we live in. If we would go back 2-3 years, I don't think I had ever seen a claim come in where a church was scammed, payroll scam or what have you. But over the past year and a half, it's really started to increase to the point where we probably see at least 1 to 2 a month now.
So, Dennis, almost every day, it's even hit my text messages. I find out my Amazon account is locked, my PayPal account is locked. Do I need to be worried about these things?
If there's certain attachments to emails, things like that, don't click on it. Before you do anything, please call the bank, call the person requesting the change, initiate that phone call. One thing you can do is run your mouse, the cursor over that, just to see what the URL says. If it doesn't say the name of the institution sending the email, it says something different, it looks strange, I wouldn't click on that. That's one thing you can look at.
Other red flags you know of?
If you get a phone call, a phone message, caller ID indicates it's from who you think it should be, don't assume that it is. These scams have gotten very elaborate. They can pick up bank names, utility company names, and it looks like it's coming from that business, but it may not be. One of the biggest scams we see would be involving churches where, say, the secretary, the treasurer receives an email from someone supposedly wanting to make a change to their payroll account. Find out later that that email was fraudulent, and it could be several payroll checks until that's discovered. What the fraudulent person does, they actually have the money sent to a different account, and it's gone. Basically, at that point, it's not recovered.
I remember a situation where the email came from purportedly the utility company, and if they didn't send money right away, they would shut down all their programming and services, and the person gave up the money.
I know one instance where a bank actually had supposedly called one of our insureds. The insured said the bank name came up on caller ID. It looked legit. They told him that the church account had been hacked. They asked him to move the funds into his personal account to protect them. They had a supervisor come on the line to verify that. And
quote supervisor.
Quote supervisor. So
Yeah.
This was an elaborate scam. They went through all this, finalized the change. He thought he was good. A little bit later, I think an hour or two, he had second thoughts. He called the bank just to verify this. And when he called the bank using the number he had, they said, no, we would never do this over the phone. We did not initiate that request. And in that situation, they lost that money.
And you look at 15 companies in your role as the claims concierge. Do you see where any of the companies provide insurance coverage for this voluntarily giving up money?
Really, at this time, most of the insurance carriers do not offer coverage for that voluntary parting of money. I will say that working with Brotherhood Mutual, we do now see that they offer coverage for that.
So then also is when they offer the coverage, there's an amount put down. Do you know how much you should put down?
I would say at least look at what your payroll might be over a week's period and at least try to plan for that.
I don't think 15 years ago we would have had this conversation, but it's happening on a regular basis, and we just want people to know. Check things out and don't assume it's coming from somebody who it says it's coming from.